we have two important topics today, and these topics are for Pakistan affairs, but you can also write essays on it, and also for current affairs and for other considerations. The first topic, that is civil-military relations, and the second topic, that is economic challenges of Pakistan. Now I will be very brief today because I am a little busy, and please make a comment. Understanding civil-military relations is like understanding the whole history of Pakistan. Please make a comment that understanding civil-military relations of Pakistan is like understanding the whole history of Pakistan. Now, please make a comment. Understanding civil-military relations is like understanding the whole history of Pakistan. From 1947 to 1956, 47 to 56, Pakistan was a dominion. Dominion is a country which is without constitution. 1947 to 1956. Pakistan was a dominion, and dominion is a country without constitution. We were still under the constitution of Great Britain. The real freedom Pakistan got on 23rd March 1956, when the first constitution was promulgated, and Pakistan started celebrating Republic Day of Pakistan, which was 23rd March. What happened that in 1958, the first martial law was promulgated and the constitution was abrogated. Please remember these two words. Promulgate means to implement. Abrogate means cancel or suspend. So the first constitution of 1956 was abrogated in 1958, and the first martial law was promulgated. So from here the military intervention started. Why military intervention started? Because there were so many prime ministers. Around 9 prime ministers were there between 47 and 56, and there was no constitution. Why there was no constitution? Because there was no agreement how to make a constitution, what will be the national language, how the power will be divided between center and other countries and stuff like that, other provinces. So there was a lot of confusion how this nation will go through. And why there was this confusion? Because on the on 3rd June, the partition plan was announced, and 14th of August, new country comes into being. So this was June, July and August, around 2.5 months. 3rd June was partition plan, because till 3rd June there was a united India. 3 June 1947 तक यूनाइटेड इंडिया की बात चल रही थी. The cabinet mission in 1946 that was for united India. both Congress and Muslim League, they made government. So there was a question in CSS that do you think that Pakistan came into being in hurry? तो ये बड़े जल्दबाजी में बना, कोई डिस्कशन नहीं कि भाई हम कैसे मुल्क चलाएंगे, कौन क्या करेगा. उधर से ग्रेट ब्रिटेन भी जल्दी में था, दूसरी जंग अजीम जो है वो ख़त्म हो गई थी. तो ग्रेट ब्रिटेन वाज नॉट अ बिग पावर. दे स्पेंट अ लॉट ऑफ मनी ऑन सेकंड वर्ल्ड वॉर, दो दे वन द वॉर, बट it made Great Britain very weak. So there are always reasons for any situation. So 3rd June, partition plan, 14th August, a new country without planning, and that's why till today we have a lot of problems. So why military took over? Because the politicians were not performing their duties sincerely. That's why army thought that Pakistan is in danger. And then Ayub Khan, the first martial law administrator, introduced his own constitution in 1962. And then there was a war in 1965 with India. Though India did not win this war, but again it was a point for the weakness of Pakistan. Pakistan was a new country, and Kashmir problem was there. In 1948 there were problems on Kashmir. In 1965 there was an international war between India and Pakistan. And then the final blow was in 1971 when the Bangladesh came into being, and Pakistan was divided into two parts. So in 1973, Ali Bhutto, a popular leader, he took the power. But what happened to that guy? He was blackmailed by clergy, by religious people, and he introduced a lot of religious stuff in the constitution. But his major mistake was nationalization, introduction of socialism and communism in Pakistan. अब ये बड़ी अजीब बात है कि हर बंदा हुकूमत से नाला है कि जी हुकूमती इदारे ठीक नहीं है, सरकारी इदारे ठीक नहीं है, सरकारी इदारे काम नहीं करते, तो ये तो वो. लेकिन कम्युनिज्म सोशलिज्म कहता है कि जी तमाम प्राइवेट इदारे ख़त्म करें और तमाम इख्तियारात जो है वो गवर्नमेंट को दिया जाए, सरकार को दिया जाए. अब आप देखते हैं कि सरकार के पास PIA है और स्टील मिल है और 4-5 बड़ी बड़ी कंपनियां हैं, उसका क्या हाल है? तबाह बर्बाद है. और हम चाहते हैं कि जी पूरा निजाम हुकूमत को दे दे. सरकारी स्कूल को देखो और प्राइवेट स्कूल को देखो, सरकारी अस्पताल देखो और प्राइवेट अस्पताल देखो. प्राइवेट अस्पताल क्या है? कैपिटलिज्म. सरकारी अस्पताल क्या है? सोशलिज्म, कम्युनिज्म. आपकी आंखों के सामने है. लेकिन चूंकि अभी मैंने दूसरे क्लास में आपको कहा कि बंदे का लाशऊर जब बन जाता है तो उसको चेंज करना मुश्किल होता है. आपको साफ नजर आता है कि भाई सरकार काम नहीं करती और आप कहते हैं कि उसको नेशनलाइज करें. सो द वर्स्ट पॉलिसी ऑफ जुल्फिकार अली भुट्टो, दैट वाज नेशनलाइजेशन. ही नेशनलाइज्ड, ही फिनिश्ड ऑल द प्राइवेट institutions and he made it government institutions. Nationalization means to convert private institution into government institutions. ठीक है, स्कूल, कॉलेज, कारखाने सारे सरकारी हो गए. So there from Pakistan started its economic problems, and I have given you notes on economic challenges. Please read those notes and you will see that why Pakistan has so many economic challenges. Now again there was another martial law by Zia-ul-Haq, and Bhutto was hanged by court of law, and there was no more Zulfikar Ali Bhutto, and Zia-ul-Haq became the chief martial law administrator and later on the president of Pakistan for 11 years till he was killed in the air crash. Zia-ul-Haq introduced a lot of constitutional amendments, which we are suffering as a nation till today. There was a lot of problems with our economy and clash and cope cultures, drugs, Afghanistan war, terrorism, religious extremism, religious bigotry. All these things were introduced by Zia-ul-Haq. Whatever problems today we have, so responsible are Zulfikar Ali Bhutto and Zia-ul-Haq, mostly Zia-ul-Haq. And then again comes Musharraf. So Musharraf deposed the elected prime ministers and he became the ruler of the country. What happened? The problem was that they would go against the politicians and then they themselves would become politicians. This was another hypocrisy. अगर पाकिस्तान में कोई सही डिक्टेटर रहता, अगर अयूब खान था, अयूब खान के वक्त में बड़े बड़े काम हुए हैं, ये तरबेला डैम और बड़े बड़े प्रोजेक्ट्स वो अयूब खान के दौर में हुए हैं. ग्रीन रिवॉल्यूशन जो है वो अयूब खान के टाइम में आया था. ये पाकिस्तान जो एग्रीकल्चर इतना स्ट्रांग हो गया. 5 years प्लान जो हम बना रहे थे, जो साउथ कोरिया, जापान वगैरह हमसे सीखते थे, वो भी अयूब खान के दौर में आया था. लेकिन पाकिस्तानी कौम में इतनी मुनाफिकत है कि जब तुम सियासतदानों से पावर लेते हो तो फिर खुद सियासतदान क्यों बनते हो दोबारा. Musharraf started very good things. 2 policies were excellent. One was first Pakistan and the second was enlightened moderation. He was an excellent ruler. I worked with him. मैंने उसको बड़ा करीब से देखा काम करते हुए प्रेसिडेंसी में, और बड़ा ज़बरदस्त रूलर था, ज़बरदस्त एडमिनिस्ट्रेटर था. और इसके ये 2 बातें बड़ी ज़बरदस्त थी. सबसे पहले पाकिस्तान और शुरू किए थे ये लाल मस्जिद पे. लाल मस्जिद ठीक है, मस्जिद है, लेकिन वहाँ उस मौलवी ने अलहदा अपनी हुकूमत बनाई हुई थी. उधर अदालत लगाता था, अदालत में जो है ना लोगों को वो देता था, सजाएं देते थे. इधर सामने जो है आपका प्रेसिडेंट का हाउस है. I hope I'm audible and visible. There is some internet issue. I hope I'm audible and visible. If I'm audible and visible, so please make a comment. So I was telling you about Musharraf, that Musharraf had 2 policies. One was first Pakistan, नील के साहिल से लेकर ताबखा के काशगर. तो हमें आइडियलिज्म ने तबाह किया, इमोशनलिज्म ने तबाह किया कि जी हम पूरी मुसलमान मुम्मा का काम करेंगे, ये करेंगे, वो करेंगे. तो उसने कहा कि यार पहले पाकिस्तान को तो संभालो, पाकिस्तान को तो ठीक करो, बाद में मुस्लिम उम्मा और फलस्तीन और ये वो कश्मीर का भी सॉल्व करना चाहता था कि कश्मीर भी हमारा साल हो जाए. और इनलाइटेंड मॉडरेशन, मॉडरेट रहो, इनलाइटन रहो, एजुकेटेड रहो, मॉडर्न रहो. सऊदी ने सारी चीजें छोड़ दी और तुम अब अभी उसके पीछे पड़े हो. पूरी दुनिया ने छोड़ दी, लेकिन हम फिर भी वही रिलीजियस बिगॉटरी. लेकिन वो खुद फिर बन गया जी, उसने भी मुस्लिम लीग बनाई, उसने भी पार्टी बनाई, वो भी सियासतदान बन गया. And then we have this PTI time. Again there were slogans and slogans and slogans. सिर्फ ज़बानी जमा खर्च बातें, no concrete proposal. And we had the final this Shawaz Sharif regime. Though they started some good work, but it was a very limited time. And now we are going through interim government setup. So you see what is going on. The first PTI government, the only government at federal level, a new phenomena was introduced, and that was called hybrid regime. Hybrid regime. Martial law was stopped. Military took over, stopped. Military takeover stopped. But hybrid regime. The Prime Minister would say that I will do everything what the Chief of Army Staff tells me, and he would consult Chief of Army Staff and ISI DG on all important events. So both political setup and military establishment, they were on the same page. So this was a new phenomenon called hybrid regime. Hybrid means double. आर्मी ने डायरेक्ट पावर लेना छोड़ दिया, लेकिन पीटीआई की गवर्नमेंट ने एक नया मॉडल इंट्रोड्यूस किया कि भाई चेहरा सामने सियासतदान का होगा, पीछे से आर्मी का सपोर्ट होगा. शहबाज शरीफ ने भी उसी मॉडल को कंटिन्यू रखा और अभी जो इंटरिम प्राइम मिनिस्टर है काकड़, ये भी उसी मॉडल पे चल रहा है, हाइब्रिड रिजीम, कि भाई आर्मी डायरेक्ट रूल में नहीं है लेकिन वो सिविलियन गवर्नमेंट को सिविलियन मैटर्स में सपोर्ट करेगा. So this is an interesting study. I have given you notes. Please read those notes. I have given you the whole history of martial law and civilian governments, as well as the problems being faced by Pakistan due to the military intervention. If you have any questions, so please ask. Otherwise, by this little lecture and notes are sufficient to understand this topic. इस टॉपिक अगर आपने समझ लिया तो आपने पूरी पाकिस्तान को समझ लिया, हर चीज को आपने समझ लिया. तो आपने 1947 से लेकर 56 तक पढ़ना है, 56 से आपने 58 तक पढ़ना है, और फिर आपने आगे जाना है. अयूब के बाद फिर आपने भुट्टो को पढ़ना है, और भुट्टो के बाद फिर आपने जिया-उल-हक को, फिर नवाज शरीफ, फिर बेनज़ीर भुट्टो, फिर जो है नवाज शरीफ, फिर इमरान खान, शहबाज शरीफ. तो ये पूरा हिस्ट्री जो है इसको आपने समझना है क्रिटिकल पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू से. एनालिटिकल स्किल्स आपने यहाँ अप्लाई करने हैं, सिर्फ हिस्ट्री को आपने नहीं पढ़ना. तो ये एक इंटरेस्टिंग टॉपिक है, इसको मैं और भी लेक्चर में अभी दोबारा चढ़ूंगा. एंड आई होप यू हैव टाइम नाउ टू रीड द नोट्स.